Listen closely, because what I'm going to tell you today can completely change your intimate life. If you keep thinking that everything in bed is about physical performance, about how long you last or how many times you can satisfy her, let me tell you something, you're very wrong. That's the basics, what everyone does. But if you really want her to never forget you, if you want to leave a deep mark, something that goes beyond the physical, then you need to learn what very few men understand. Today, I'm going to explain how to leave a lasting impression in intimacy, how to make every moment meaningful, and, most importantly, how to make her desire you beyond the bed. Let me be clear. Most men don't know what they're doing. They make the same mistakes, repeat the same patterns, and then wonder why they never manage to maintain a woman's interest. But that ends today. If you apply what I'm going to tell you, you're going to be the man she always remembers, the one she always wants by her side. Before continuing, give this video a like and subscribe to the channel, because what I'm going to teach you here is pure gold. And if you don't take advantage, you'll keep being the type she forgets the next day. Ready? Let's get started. 1. How to leave a lasting impression in intimacy that goes beyond physical pleasure. Most men believe that sex is only about bringing her to climax, about her physical enjoyment and nothing more. But if you really want her to remember you, you have to go beyond that. Physical pleasure is only part of the game. What truly leaves a lasting impression is the connection you create while you're together. This isn't just about technique. It's about how you make her feel throughout the process. Make her feel safe. Know that she can be completely herself with you. It's not about meeting what you see on the internet or doing what you think will impress her. It's about being present, listening to her, understanding what she really wants without her having to tell you. Intimacy isn't just physical. It's emotional. It's mental. And if you manage to connect with her on those levels, I assure you she won't be able to forget you. 2. The power of details. Small gestures that will make her always remember you. Listen to me. Details are everything. The small gestures that many men overlook are the ones that, in the end, make the difference. It's not just about what you do in bed, but about what you do before, during, and after. Do you gently stroke her hair after the act? Do you care about how she feels emotionally? Do you take the time to make her feel that she's important, that she's not just a passing moment? Things as simple as looking into her eyes, smiling at the right moment, or even saying what you appreciate about her are gestures that stick in her mind. Many men finish and simply disconnect. But you're not going to be that man. You're going to be the one who makes sure that, in the end, she feels valued and special. Believe me, those details are what will make her remember you. 3. How to overcome shyness in bed and become the man she desires. I know many of you are struggling with shyness, and that's completely normal. But let me tell you something. Shyness isn't going to take you anywhere. If you really want to become the man she desires, you have to learn to overcome that fear, that insecurity. And how do you do that? With confidence, with self-assurance, but not in an aggressive or domineering way. It's not about being the alpha male type that many believe is right. It's about showing yourself confident, knowing what you're doing, and making her feel that you're in control in a way that doesn't make her uncomfortable. The key is self-assurance, letting her know that you don't need to impress anyone, that you simply enjoy the moment and her company. That confidence is what will change everything. 4. The importance of creating an emotional connection while enjoying together. This is where many of you fail because you focus too much on the physical and forget the emotional. If she doesn't feel an emotional connection with you, no matter what you do physically, it won't be enough. Women need to feel that there's something more than just sex. They need to feel that they're sharing a unique and special moment with you. Make her feel that you care beyond the physical. Ask her how she's feeling, listen to what her body is saying, but also her mind. Intimacy is much more than just pleasure. It's connection. It's feeling understood and valued. If you manage to create that emotional connection, she won't want the night to end, and she'll be eager to come back to be with you. 5. What to do to make her feel valued and desired, even after sex. This is something many of you simply don't understand. What do you do after sex? Do you turn around and go to sleep? Or do you make sure she feels valued and desired, even after the physical moment? Women remember much more what happens after than what happens during. If you disconnect from her once everything is over, what you're going to achieve is making her feel used, and that's the last thing you want. Make her feel that what just happened was special, that you really value her. It doesn't have to be something dramatic, but a simple hug, "I loved being with you," or even a gentle kiss make a big difference. These gestures are what will make her remember that moment as something special and not as something that just passed by. 6. How confidence and self-assurance are key for her to never forget you. If there's something that drives a woman crazy, it's a man who knows what he's doing, who has confidence and self-assurance. And don't get me wrong, this doesn't mean you have to be perfect or know everything. It's about being sure of yourself, not doubting your actions, showing her that you're comfortable with who you are and what you do. That self-assurance is what she's going to remember. If you act with doubts, if you show insecurity, I guarantee she won't want to repeat the experience. But if you're the type of man who, no matter the circumstances, shows confidence, she's going to feel attracted to you in a way that goes beyond the physical. Confidence is key, and if you have it, I assure you she'll never forget you. 7. The mistakes that make you seem insecure and how to avoid them to stand out. And speaking of confidence, let's look at some of the mistakes you make that make you seem insecure. Do you constantly wonder if you're doing it right? Do you apologize unnecessarily for things that don't matter? Do you worry too much about her reaction instead of enjoying the moment? If you do any of these things, you're sabotaging all your effort. To stand out, you have to avoid these mistakes. Don't be asking every 5 minutes if everything is okay. Don't doubt your movements, and above all, don't apologize for every little thing. That makes you seem insecure and nervous. And no woman wants to be with someone who doesn't know what he's doing. The key is to act naturally, to enjoy the moment, and to make her feel that she can trust you. 8. The art of listening to her body. How to respond to her needs without words. The art of listening to her body is something that few men master. Many think it's just about doing what they think is right, without paying attention to what she's really communicating. If you want to stand out, you have to learn to read her body language, to understand what she's asking you without her having to say a single word. Does her breathing change? Does she move in a way that gives you a signal? Is she more relaxed or more tense? All of these are clues that tell you exactly what she needs at that moment. If you manage to listen to her body and respond to those signals, you're going to create such a deep connection that she won't be able to get you out of her mind. 9. How to use emotional communication to create a bond that lasts beyond the moment. Emotional communication is what will make the bond between you two last beyond the physical moment. It's not just about what you do in bed, it's about what you do before and after. Make her feel that she can talk to you, that she can trust you, that you're there not just to satisfy her physically, but also to listen to her and support her. If you can master this emotional communication, she'll feel more connected to you than ever. It's not about deep and dramatic conversations all the time, but about being present, showing her that you care about what she thinks and feels. Women highly value that emotional connection, and if you manage to create that bond, she'll want to be close to you, not just physically but also emotionally. Remember that emotional communication doesn't always have to be verbal. A hug, a look that tells her you understand her, or even a simple gesture of support can have a much deeper impact than any word. When she feels that you understand her and that you care about her, that's when you really start to stand out among the rest. And believe me, that's the key to her remembering you long after the night has ended. 10. How to maintain her interest after intimacy, so she continues to desire you. And here's where many of you fail. You think that once everything is over, it's done, the job is done. But what really makes the difference is what happens after intimacy. Do you want her to keep desiring you, to think about you and want more? Then don't disconnect from her as soon as the act is over. Show her that you care about how she feels after. Make sure she knows that it wasn't just something physical for you. Ask her if she's okay. Hug her. Make her feel that you're still there for her. These gestures are what will keep her interested, what will keep the desire alive even after intimacy. Many men focus solely on what happens during sex, but if you want her to never forget you, you need to pay her the same attention afterwards. Make her feel that what you have goes beyond a simple moment, that there's a deeper connection. That's what will make her keep desiring you, that she'll want more, and that she'll remember you as the man who really understands and satisfies her on all levels. If you've come this far, my love, comment below with the word 100% or something else to let me know, to confirm that you've received the knowledge from the video so far. For more interesting topics, subscribe to the channel, give the video a like, and share it later. Let's continue. Why she screams with pleasure with other men and not with you. The shocking truth. I know you don't want to hear this, but you're going to hear it anyway because it's time for you to face the truth. Have you ever wondered why she screams with pleasure with other men and not with you? Why with others she seems to enjoy every second, while with you she barely reacts? And no, don't come with the excuse that all men are the same or she's just difficult. This isn't about luck. It's about what you do or, better yet, what you don't do. So get ready, because what I'm about to tell you isn't pretty, but it's necessary. Before we continue, give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. If you don't subscribe now, you'll keep being the same man who doesn't satisfy her and who always wonders why others succeed where you don't. Let's get to the point. 1. The reality you don't want to hear. Why you don't make her feel like others do. The harsh reality is this. If she isn't screaming with pleasure with you, it's because you're not making her feel enough. And I'm not just talking about the physical aspect. I'm talking about the whole package. You don't realize it, but something is missing. And as long as you stay in denial, nothing is going to change. She feels the difference between a man who is connected with her and one who is only thinking about himself. Maybe you haven't even noticed how disconnected you are, or perhaps you think you're the king because you do the bare minimum. But I've got news for you. Other men make her feel things you can't even imagine. And if you don't do something about it, you'll keep being the guy she simply spends time with. 2. How confident men ignite pleasure that you struggle to generate. Do you know what the difference is between those guys who make her scream with pleasure and you? Confidence. Men who truly know how to ignite pleasure in a woman aren't second-guessing every move, aren't worried about whether they're doing it right or wrong. They trust themselves, in who they are and what they can do. You, on the other hand, are probably more focused on not making mistakes or trying to impress. And that's your mistake. It's not about impressing her. It's about making her feel. Confident men focus on the experience, not the immediate result. If you continue with that insecurity hanging around you like a chain, she's going to notice, and I guarantee she won't scream with pleasure. 3. What you're doing wrong in bed and how to fix those mistakes immediately. Let's be clear. You're doing something wrong in bed, and it's time to fix it. Are you moving too fast? Not paying attention to her reactions? Focusing only on what excites you and not on what excites her? I can assure you that one or more of these mistakes are being made, and if you don't correct them, you'll stay in the same place. The first thing you need to do is learn to read her body. Listen to how she reacts to every touch, every movement. It's not about going from A to Z in a straight line. It's about building the moment, playing with anticipation, giving her time to enjoy. If you're only seeking your own pleasure, she'll never scream with you like she does with others. For how the fear of failure is affecting your performance in intimacy. Here comes one of the biggest problems, your fear of failure. That constant fear of not being up to par, of not doing it right, is what's dragging you down. And the worst part is, she notices it. Women can sense when a man is nervous, when he's afraid of not meeting expectations. And what do you think? That completely turns her off. Insecurity kills desire. If you keep letting fear dominate you in bed, you'll never achieve that level of pleasure for her that you want to give her. You need to control your mind, stop overthinking, and start feeling more. The fear of failure isn't just sabotaging you. It's also ruining her experience. 5. The importance of confidence and how to earn it to increase her desire. Confidence is the fuel for desire. If she doesn't trust you, she'll never fully let go. And that confidence isn't earned with empty words or false promises. It's earned with actions, with consistency, by showing that you're a man who knows what he's doing. If she perceives that you lack control, that you don't know what you're doing, or that you doubt yourself, her desire simply fades. So, how do you earn that confidence? By being a leader in bed, taking control of the situation without being arrogant, listening to her without being submissive, and above all, ensuring that her pleasure is as important as yours. 6. Why women respond better to men who know how to handle their own insecurity. Women don't want a perfect man, but what they can never stand is an insecure man. If you can't handle your own insecurity, she'll never truly feel attracted to you. Women respond to men who, even if they don't know everything, are sure of who they are and what they can offer. If your insecurity controls you, it creates a barrier between you and her, a barrier that blocks desire. You need to learn to manage those insecurities, not let them control you. And it's not about pretending to be someone you're not. It's about working on yourself, improving, and not letting your fears define who you are in bed. 7. How open communication can be the decisive factor between success and failure. Have you ever wondered if you talk enough with her about what she likes? No, I'm not referring to an awkward and technical conversation. I mean fluid communication where both of you feel comfortable talking about what you enjoy. Open communication is essential if you want to improve in bed. If you don't talk to her, if you don't ask her what she likes or how she feels, you'll never really know if you're doing it right or not. Learn to speak without fear, without shame. If you have the confidence to be in bed with her, then you should have the confidence to ask and listen. 8. The art of listening to her body. How to respond to her needs without words. The art of listening to her body is something that few men master. Many think it's just about doing what they think is right, without paying attention to what she's really communicating. If you want to stand out, you have to learn to read her body language, to understand what she's asking you without her having to say a single word. Does her breathing change? Does she move in a way that gives you a signal? Is she more relaxed or more tense? All of these are clues that tell you exactly what she needs at that moment. If you manage to listen to her body and respond to those signals, you're going to create such a deep connection that she won't be able to get you out of her mind. 9. How to use emotional communication to create a bond that lasts beyond the moment. Emotional communication is what will make the bond between you two last beyond the physical moment. It's not just about what you do in bed. It's about what you do before and after. Make her feel that she can talk to you, that she can trust you, that you're there not just to satisfy her physically, but also to listen to her and support her. If you can master this emotional communication, she'll feel more connected to you than ever. It's not about deep and dramatic conversations all the time, but about being present, showing her that you care about what she thinks and feels. Women highly value that emotional connection, and if you manage to create that bond, she'll want to be close to you, not just physically but also emotionally. Remember that emotional communication doesn't always have to be verbal. A hug, a look that tells her you understand her, or even a simple gesture of support can have a much deeper impact than any word. When she feels that you understand her and that you care about her, that's when you really start to stand out among the rest. And believe me, that's the key to her remembering you long after the night has ended. 10. How to maintain her interest after intimacy, so she continues to desire you. And here's where many of you fail. You think that once everything is over, it's done, the job is done. But what really makes the difference is what happens after intimacy. Do you want her to keep desiring you, to think about you and want more? Then don't disconnect from her as soon as the act is over. Show her that you care about how she feels after. Make sure she knows that it wasn't just something physical for you. Ask her if she's okay. Hug her. Make her feel that you're still there for her. These gestures are what will keep her interested, what will keep the desire alive even after intimacy. Many men focus solely on what happens during sex, but if you want her to never forget you, you need to pay her the same attention afterward. Make her feel that what you have goes beyond a simple moment, that there's a deeper connection. That's what will make her keep desiring you, that she'll want more, and that she'll remember you as the man who really understands and satisfies her on all levels. If you've come this far, my love, comment below with the word 100% or something else to let me know, to confirm that you've received the knowledge from the video so far. For more interesting topics, subscribe to the channel, give the video a like, and share it later. Let's continue. How to control her body with just one touch and make her go wild. Here we go again. Men, it seems like many of you still don't understand what it truly means to be in control when you're with a woman. Let me tell you something. If you believe that with a couple of caresses and clumsy touches you're going to make her melt, you're more lost than I thought. It's not about fidgeting around like you have no brains. The true art of physical contact is knowing exactly what to do, when to do it, and how to use it to create a connection that leaves her thinking about you long after you've parted ways. This video, yes, this one you're watching, is going to teach you to master that art. And if you're tired of things not working out, of not achieving those moments where she truly goes wild for you, then it's time to pay attention. But before we continue, you already know what you have to do. Give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and leave your comment down below. If you don't do that, don't keep watching, because what I'm about to tell you is for those who truly want to learn and change their lives. If you're one of those, stay tuned, because this is going to transform you. Let's get straight to the point, because we're not here to waste time. 1. The art of touch. How a simple gesture can instantly ignite her passion. Listen carefully, because this is where many of you fail. You believe that to turn a woman on, you have to be touching her all the time, in any way. No. The key is for every touch to have a purpose, for every gesture to speak for itself. A well-calculated touch, at the right moment, can ignite a passion in her that she didn't even expect herself. It's not about being the type who goes straight to the point immediately. It's about being the man who knows how to make a simple brush against her make her feel something deeper. A touch on the arm, the neck, the back, at the right moment, can be much more powerful than anything more explicit. The touch shouldn't be invasive. It should be like a silent promise of what could come. 2. How to identify her body's sensitive areas to create a deeper connection. If you don't know what areas provoke the most intense reactions in her, then you don't know what you're doing. No, I'm not just talking about the obvious ones. Don't be basic. I'm talking about those sensitive areas that, when touched correctly, can create a much more intimate connection. Did you know that the neck, wrists, lower back, or even behind the knees are areas that, if touched gently, can trigger a torrent of emotions? Of course you didn't know because you're not paying attention. But here I am to open your eyes. Explore gently, observe her reactions, and you'll know exactly where to focus next time. If you learn to identify these areas, you'll create an emotional and physical connection that she won't be able to ignore. 3. The power of calm. How slow and steady touches increase her pleasure. Look, one of the biggest mistakes men make is rushing. You guys seem desperate. The key is calmness, in slow and deliberate touches. No rushing around like you have no time. Slow touches not only show that you're in control, but they also increase her anticipation. And let me tell you, that drives her wild. When you're calm and determined in how you touch her, you show that you know what you're doing, that you're confident, and that's one of the things that excites her the most. It's a matter of patience, guys. The more controlled you are, the more she'll turn on. Speed is never the answer. Calmness and control are everything. 4. How to use body language to communicate confidence and control in intimacy. Your body language says much more than you think. If you're nervous, if you don't know where to place your hands, or if you move awkwardly, you're sending a message of insecurity that kills any type of attraction. Every time you touch her, make sure to do it with total confidence. Maintain a firm yet relaxed posture. Look into her eyes, and let her see that you're in control of the situation. Body language isn't just about how you touch her. It's about how you present yourself to her. If you project confidence and dominance, she'll respond to that. If you project doubt and hesitation, the only thing you'll achieve is that she'll walk away. Make every movement count. 5. What to do when she reacts positively to intensify the moment. This is key. When she reacts positively to your touches, you need to know what to do next. You can't just stay there like you don't know how to continue. If you notice her breathing changes, that she's getting closer to you, that her body is responding to what you're doing, then it's time to intensify. Not abruptly, not awkwardly. Do it slowly, but with intention. Let her feel that you have everything under control and that you know exactly what you're doing. Intensifying doesn't mean rushing. It means increasing the connection step by step, letting her want more. That's how you maintain the tension. That's how you make her desire more and more contact. 6. How to turn a touch into an unforgettable experience with simple techniques. Simplicity is power. You don't need to perform complicated movements or be an expert in all the positions of the Kama Sutra to make her enjoy. Small gestures, caresses at the right moment, a kiss in the right place, can be much more powerful than any sexual acrobatics you try. Listen to her body, observe how she responds to your movements. If you see something she likes, do it more. If you notice something isn't working, change it. It's not about quantity, it's about quality. Learn to move with her, not be a robot who does the same thing over and over. Variety and the right rhythm are your best allies. 7. Why unexpected touches can arouse desire at any time. There's something that immediately arouses desire: unexpected touches. But watch out. I'm not talking about ambushing her with a surprise touch that makes her jump. I'm talking about those small gestures that she didn't expect at the moment, but that arrive at the perfect instant. Maybe you're in a casual conversation and suddenly, a gentle brush on her hand, a touch on her lower back while you whisper something. These touches create a spark, an instant moment of connection that surprises her and awakens her senses. If you do it right, you can create moments of sexual tension anywhere, anytime. That's how you keep the attraction alive. That's how you make her think about you even when you're not around. 8. How to use your hands to dominate the moment without losing emotional control. It's not just about where you touch, but how you do it. Your hands are a powerful tool, and if you don't know how to use them, you're missing a great opportunity. You need to learn to use your hands to dominate the moment, but without losing emotional control. You can't be impulsive, you can't let the moment dominate you. You have to be the one in control all the time. Use your hands to communicate what you want, to create sensations that make her feel that you're present, that you know exactly what you're doing. Emotional control is what separates a man from a boy. If you lose control, you lose the moment. Stay calm, and use your hands to guide the situation. 9. How to create sexual tension through subtle but effective physical contact. Sexual tension isn't generated with obvious and direct touches. It's generated with the subtle, with what she can barely perceive but that makes her want more. A touch on the nape while you whisper in her ear. A brush on her leg while you slowly move closer. These are the touches that create that spark, that tension that makes her desire what comes next. If you're too obvious, the magic is lost. If you're too shy, she won't feel anything. You need to find the perfect balance between subtle and effective. You have to be the type who knows exactly how to make the moment grow without rushing it, without ruining it.